All right, so now let's look at example 6. There's more problems on this. Now, let's go with example B. That one's a little more difficult because it involves fractions. But if you really see, it's actually not too hard. The common factor here would actually be 1 to the ninth, sorry, not 1 to the ninth, but 1 over 9. Because if you see, all of these are fractions that have 9 in the denominator. So we can actually say that the common factor would be 1 over 9. And then we're going to take the z with the lowest exponent, in this case, z to the third power. Now, if we were to factor that out, we are left with a 5z squared. And we're left with, well, 1/9, so we only have 1 there, so we're just going to leave it as a z to the 1 power. And then we're left with -2 because we took out z to the third and we took out that 9. So that would be our factored version. Now let's look at something that has not only, we have numbers and 2 different variables. So our common factor, in this case, I could see that our common factor should probably be 4. Now we're going to look at each variable individually. So a, the lowest a there is a to the 1th power. And the lowest b there is b to the 3rd power. I believe that's the case. You just make sure. So b to the 3rd power. So we're going to factor out 4a, b to the 3rd power. Now we're left with 2. And then we're left with 1a and with 1b. Now the -20 should be a -5. We're left with a squared, and the b is actually taken out completely, so we're not going to write a b. And then 12, which becomes a 3, and we take out the a and the b to the 3rd power, so we're just left with 3. So now going a little bit lower to example 7. Now, these are already factored. If you noticed, y minus 2 and y minus 2 match. So what that means is that this is already factored here correctly. All you have to do is put them together. So we have 1 minus 2. And we have this x and this 8 that were factored out. 8 plus x. And that would be all for this one. And so on example B, again, we have 2 matching factors there. So this is already factored out. Now we're going to put these together, so we have p plus q on one side. And over here we have a negative, and we have 7x y to the 3rd. But remember, when we have nothing there, we can assume that there is a 1. So this should be 7x and y to the 3rd power minus 1.